this is me counting down. The vocal cords will die in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the first place we're going to is course 5. Now the reason it might seem pretty weird to go to course 5 because we can't actually get there at the start, but with the clips or door, I'm not going to explain the door clip right now because there's a specific trick in course 5 that I have to explain is much more pertinent. So what I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to be trying to skip the star animation, which will save like 20 seconds because you don't have to go out of the level. But in order to do that, I have to touch a mop object. Luckily, there's a trampoline in course 5. Unluckily, it's not below the star. So what I have to do is I have to somehow make Mario go below the star whenever he touches the ground. Now, in order to do that, I have to pick the wall on the same frame that I grabbed the star. And if I can do that, then I can save 20 seconds. Unfortunately, I failed it, but... Unfortunately, I failed it. But if I didn't fail that, that would have been amazing. It is a great trick, but it's like a 1 in 5 shot for me to get. But I did a stage first for that reason, plus a second reason. I'm not going to explain the second reason for now, because I have to explain something else right now. Here I'm going to do something that's called a badge wall kick. So basically, to explain this game, there's a bunch of badges, but and one of the badges allows you to wall kick, but I don't have that badge right now. But if you press B, if you dive on the same frame that you wall kick, you can wall kick anyway, but it puts you into a dive, so it's only useful in certain situations. You still want the wall kick badge. So now we're going into Bowser 1. So, there's 5 badges in this game. We only care about 3 of them in this run. The Ultra Badge, the Super Badge, and the Wall Kick Badge. Here we're going to get the Super Badge in this level. The Super Badge is like the most important badge because it allows us to get the Wall Kick Badge. which is more important, but... Super Badge is the first badge that we get. So we get this star because this star is a super quick star. This route is interesting, CB. The double jump skips are much faster than backflips. Anyway. So here we're gonna use the so normally you would have to beat the boss, but we're just gonna use a bomb to skip the key door. Now this bomb comes a little weird, but perfect. Okay, now I can explain the door clips. So here I'm going to do 2 door clips in a row. These are to get the caps. These caps unlock Star 6 and Star 7. Star 7's also the 100 coin star, but we don't actually get any 100 coin stars because we can just unlock the box instead of getting 100 coins. Because all the Star 6 and Star 7 stars are in boxes, and you'll see them later on. But anyway, the door clips work because of collision on the door. And in 1.0 you need MIPS to get in these doors, but in 1.1 you can actually clip through these doors. The other doors you can clip through using the door clips in 1.1 and 1.0 as well as 1.1, but not for some reason, it's because of the invisible wall patch.
It's me, Mario.
So, what's it called? Yeah, the reason why I reset there is because there's no way to go backwards to the door. So anyway, about the badge system. So there's 5 badges. The Super Badge allows us to break super blocks, like that gray block that you just saw in the background. The Ultra Badge allows us to break Ultra blocks, which are the blue blocks that you can see in the background in some places. And the Wall Kick Badge allows us to wall kick. Those are the 3 badges that matter in this run. There's also 2 other badges that don't matter in this run. There's the Triple Jump Badge, which allows us to triple jump, which you might think is important, but it's super far out of the way and it's not useful in this run because of that. And then there's the Lava Badge, which, as far as I can tell, there's 1 total star in which the Wall Badge is important. Or one total strat in this whole game that has been discovered in which you need the Lava Badge. 1. And that was discovered like a few months ago, so... And you wouldn't even do it in this run because there's no reason to get the Lava Badge in this run. You can clip to the 20 and 10 stars in 1.0. Anyway. Here you can, so here I'm doing a double lava bounce to skip a bunch of platforming. You can also double lava bounce onto the left side of that chasm. I don't do it because the left side is slightly higher than the right side and it's a bit more difficult. And I just got past a really difficult part of the run, so I want to do safer strats. So here we're gonna go to a stage called Purple Waste Jungle. Here's me exercising the power of the super badge that I got earlier. So here we're going to Purple Waste Jungle. Here is a slope that I call Thick Ass Slope. The reason why I call it Thick Ass Slope is because of the slope jump kicks. If you don't play SM64, you don't know why these are so awful. These are very awful jump kicks. Just trust me, because it's a slippery slope. Okay, I got it first try. Thank goodness. If you don't get it first try, you get it like 10th try. So you might be wondering why I'm going to some of these places without the wall kick badge, considering there's certain things that you would need a wall kick badge for. Well, there's a reason why I have to go to these places without the wall kick badge, and it'll make sense in just a moment. So I'm actually gonna have to revisit most of these stages, but it's fine because I have to revisit Overworld 2 anyway later in the run. But there's a good reason why I'm going to all these stages now instead of later once I have the wall badge. And it's also the same reason why I went to course 5, or one of the reasons why I went to course 5 at the start. The other reason is just because those stars are. The other reason why I'm going to. Sorry. One of the reasons why I went to course 5 at the start is instead a difficult trick, but the other reason is because I need those 2 stars for something. I can't explain why right now, but I need those 2 stars and only those 2 stars. And I could not get other stars, but it would be slow. So these are the fastest stars that I can get, and I need a specific amount of stars for something later in the run. Are you kidding me? Fun fact, this troll room is the one where I accidentally get if I'm tired or something, I get the wrong troll. I get the troll star sometimes. Which is actually kind of interesting. There's one of the example of like the little tricks that you can do. There I kick in order to get over the wall so I don't have to ledge grab. It's one of the little, there's like little tricks like that all throughout the game that save a bit of time, and over time they add up a lot. But you may notice that a lot of these stars have skips, you know, like there, I did a double lava bounce in order to get over to this section of the level when you're supposed to go in the indoor area. That's like a thing about this game, is that there's a lot of skips, there's a lot of stars where you can just skip. And so half the stars in the run you just skip to the end, and the other, or skip half the star or whatever, and then the other half of the stars are right near the start. So you get a lot of very quick stars. The thing is, a lot of the, like, Bowser movement and stuff is super slow, so it kind of balances out. So there's like fast stars, but like slow keys and stuff like that. So here's Valley of Too Much Water. I'm gonna get 2 stars here. There's this one which is free, and then there's the other one which is less free. Why did I have to say it was free? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, I can get the note luck here. Oh, okay, I thought that guy would eat me for a second. Okay, this is exactly how... It's never gone this way before, but whatever. This time I'm not gonna bonk on the wall. Like, you know what? I'm glad I failed there because it gave me a chance to breathe. Okay. So anyway, there's that star there, and then here I'm gonna get the other star here. There's a 3rd star that I get in here in the route, but I have to get it later. So this star, basically you can't break boxes underwater unless it's you can use the bomb to break it though, but you can't use Mario to break it. Okay. Anyway. Now we're gonna go to Bowser 2. Bowser 2 is one of the most interesting stages in the run, and you'll see why in a second. So here I do a double long jump. That second long jump is pretty precise. There's only like 1 or 2 frames to do it, and the reason why I do that is to skip like half the stage. Normally the amp is there to try to prevent you from doing it, but you can long jump off that little tiny piece of collision anyway. Here I'm gonna do a double lava bounce to skip like having to go over the invisible blocks. Or not invisible blocks, but time blocks. That does cause a little bit of a problem later on, but I'll explain that when I get there. So this is probably my least favorite part of the run because it's just boringness. But at least it gives you a chance to breathe. Yeah, I have to walk this Czechia like a mile, and it's like a minute long of just sitting with the Czechia. But this is to skip having to do the key 2 fight, because I'm trying to get the reason why I'm here is to get the walk badge, which again is very important because there's a lot of tricks that require the walk badge. So here I'm trying to do something called, I'm trying to get light check-in with the trampoline. I'll explain how in a second. So light check-in is basically where Mario can like jump with the check-in and all that, and it basically means that he's going a lot faster. And what was it? But there I got hand through check-in because K's objects gives you hand through check-in for some reason. And then using hand through check-in, you can just dive with hand through check-in and you get light check-in. So here, hopefully I get this right. Okay, thank goodness that if that sniffet hit me, I would have died. That's the problem with doing the double lava bounce. And there I exit course. I bonked right into the badge so that you can just exit course immediately. Here I'm going to Hot Blue Mountain. People who know this hack might be confused why I'm going to Hot Blue Mountain now, considering there's an easy star here that you can get with the Ultra Badge. And I'll be getting the Ultra Badge later. The thing is, I have to get these 2 stars now. I can't wait until I have the Ultra Badge to get the stars in the stage. I'm being serious. So I have to get these stars now, and I have to go back later to get the star behind that Ultra Block. So that star is pretty simple. The second star, there's actually a few tricks that you can do to skip what I'm doing here, but I don't trust myself to get the skips. I guess I'll mention that there's a strat here called Jar Pillars. I don't think Jarp actually discovered it. I think somehow I got the name Jar Pillars stuck in my head, and so I've always called it Jar Pillars. But it's one of the hardest strats in this run that I don't do, or one of the quickest stars in the run that I don't do, and it's because it's a really hard strat in order to actually get the star. Yeah, here I get this star over here. Yeah, I don't do over top strats because they're slow. Anyway, here I'm gonna go to Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road is simple. There's just a star right at the start. You can also get the 100 coin star, but why would you in this run? You want to be fast, not slow. Okay, so here I'm going to do the firsty skip. It doesn't actually require a firsty, but it's easier with a firsty. This is the split that I say is the hardest to get without gold, or hardest to get a gold on, because of this skip, and also the skip after it, which I'll explain in a second. Yeah, there's a very high death barrier here, which means that even though this looks easy, it isn't. As you can see there. Okay, there you go, I got the skip. Okay, now I have to do this. This is also difficult. Normally you would use the triple jump to get past. Ooh, first try, that's very good. Normally use the triple jump to get past there, but I don't have the triple jump badge, so I have to just... I have to do the arch wall kick there. So here I'm in back and white. That's the reason why this stage is not... I'd say this is like impossible to get a perfect gold split. It's because it's impossible to get like first try of both the skips in a row. You're always going to get at least second try in one of them. What was it? So this stage, there's actually not really many skips on this stage. This stage is actually pretty vanilla. It's just a lot of the stars are really close to the beginning. Or there are skips in this stage, they're just done in 131, rather. And I guess 130, but... I guess I can elaborate a bit more on the differences between 131 and 130 now. So, not 131, what's it called? 1.1 and 1.0. So 1.1 has... added checkpoints in some stages, and it has 6 out of 8 reds. It has like ledge, slope fix, but not the slope fix that matters for the thick ass slope, because of course not. Ooh, Goomba. I can long jump off over to Goomba. Oh, is it though? Yeah, and 1.0 also has the door skips for the 25 and 55 star door, and also the 75 star door, but you don't usually skip that door in 82 and 131. But 1.0 has BLJs. 1.1 patched BLJs, and so there's some skips that you can't do in 1.1 because you can't BLJ. Unfortunately. So anyway, that's one of the hardest little time saves to do. I can do it sometimes, but I should probably just... It's like the time save in Core 7, it's just a lot harder. Anyway, here, I can do a double wall kick to skip having to climb up these things the normal way. These blocks. And it's black and white. So now we're gonna go to Icy Temple of Time 2, and then I can finally explain why I'm being why this route is super weird. Once I'm out of Icy Temple of Time 2. So Icy Temple of Time 2 is like the sequel to Icy Temple of Time Master 7, except better in every way. But anyway, here's where the Ultra Badge is. That's where we go first. Now there's normally like a whole like gate switch thing that you have to do, but I can just skip that using wall kicks over here. And I just skip like the whole first half of the star. I get this checkpoint. This checkpoint doesn't exist in 1.0. But I get that checkpoint just because it's fast. So here, I'm gonna go get the Ultra Badge. The reason why we get the Ultra Badge but not the Lava Badge or the Triple Jump Badge is just because the Ultra Badge is fast to get. Because I think the star is fast enough, even excluding the fact that you get a badge that's important for other stars that are super fast. Like, there are some fast Ultra Badge stars in some other stages, which is why it matters a lot to get it. Or not, it doesn't matter a lot, but like, it definitely helps a lot. But it's not like strictly required, at least for this route. It's just like a very good thing to get. Here, and then here we get the Note Block Star. This stage is actually a lot slower in 1.0 though, just because there's no checkpoints. One of the big time saves. The checkpoints save a lot of time. So that's the 2 stars here, and then so normally you would need the triple jump badge to get to the other half of the stage, but shout out to Aggie, you can just do a long jump here and then jump here. And that's like I think easy. It's easy once you know it. It took me a while to get it at first, but that trick is now like free for me. There I grabbed the checkpoint because it's hard to tell if you grab the second checkpoint unless you like specifically grab the pole. So I just grabbed the pole because it's not that slow and I want to make sure I got the checkpoint. Yeah, there's 4 stars around this checkpoint that we get. And they're all, like, you can see how quick these are because of the checkpoint. Like, normally you would have to go all the way here, like, all the way here from the start of the level, and that's a lot slower. But now these stars are like some of the fastest stars in the whole game. And this star here would definitely not be fast enough to do in the run if it wasn't for the checkpoint. Unless CB tells me it actually is. In which case I'm wrong. I haven't checked the 1.0 route that much. So here's the last star that we're gonna get. Star 6 up here, you just do some wall kicks. Normally you're supposed to fall in here from above, but you can just do some wall kicks and get it. And ground pound the box so you can grab it. Now to finally explain why I needed all of those stars back then. Like the stars in Course 5 and all the stars in Overworld 2. You know, I could have gotten those later when I revisited Overworld 2, and I could have gotten the Hot Blue Mountain stars with the thingy. But the reason why I needed all those stars is because I can do that skip to... What's it called? I can do that skip to get up to this place. This place normally requires 50 stars. And all of those stars are just required for this one Toad Star. Because this Toad Star is so fast that it's worth doing all of that. Because of the cycles and everything. I missed the cycle though, so... I missed the fast cycle, I mean. Once I actually clipped through the top of that roof when playing, it was super weird, and it's only happened to me once, but I'm always scared that I'll do it now. Because there's weird collision on that platform, on that like roof there. Yeah, that Toad requires 25 stars to spawn. Normally you would always have more than that because it's the 50 star, behind the 50 star door, but if you do the skip, you won't always have more than that. So that's why I get all of those stars earlier. It just so happens that there's like the perfect amount of stars that you can actually get that are reasonable to get beforehand. There are some unreasonable stars that require that you can actually skip the wall kick badge requirements, but it's not worth it. And you could also get more stars in Overworld 1, but I don't think that's like as worth it as the stars in Overworld 2 because you're not passing by those stages. As close by as the ones in Overworld 2. So here I long jump down here to get over to this level. So right there I got the green switch. The green switch is required to beat the game, that's why I got it. I think I get one other star that requires the green switch besides the ones that are behind the thing that's required to beat the game. Here I did that skip to skip the beginning thing. That's like the most difficult skip to get consistent ever. Like, it's easy if you line it up, but if you line it up, it's slow. Well, yeah, there are other stars that I could get in C5 that they wouldn't help that. I just wanted to get those two in C5 done with. And another reason why I do those stars at the beginning of the run is because I can get rid of the slope star and purple waste jungle at the start of the run, which is amazing. Lloyd, I'm sure you know how hard that star is, or how stupid that star is. Here, I'm gonna do the tree skip. This tree skip can be kind of annoying to get, it's easy if you line it up, but it's hard if you, like, try to go for it super quickly. Just like the skip at the start of the level. And then here, we're gonna get one more star here. And it's the one that we've passed by twice, but Now we get... The reason why I don't get the star until the end is because sometimes you accidentally grab it whenever trying to go for the other stars, and so it's just a good idea to get it last. Okay, now we're gonna go to Hot Blue Mountain again. What's it called? Dying in the overworld just takes you back to Hot Blue Mountain, which is amazing. It means that it isn't that bad to go out of your way to go to Hot Blue Mountain. And now I can get the star behind all the blocks from earlier in the famous room that I'm sure most people know from this game. Or most it's one of the famous rooms of all time. Fun fact, the correct star is like 1 unit higher than the other ones. I checked, this is true on 1.0 as well. Oh no, I saved and quit. No, what will I do? No, I was just trying to get to the overworld as quickly as possible. So here I'm gonna go get Mips. Because Mips is fast. And then finally we're gonna actually get to the star grinding. So now, the reason why I did all that is because I want to avoid backtracking as much as possible. So now I can just go back and get all the stars that I didn't get earlier. Or, not all the stars. Now I can just go back and get all the stages one by one and get every single star in the stage without having to revisit any stages. Except the ones in Overworld 2, but we would have to revisit Overworld 2 anyway for a reason that that I don't want to explain right now. But we have to revisit Overworld 2 at the end of the run. Just keep that in the back of your head. So there we can long jump to skip the trampoline. It's like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or like 5-ish seconds faster. That jump is a bit precise to get though because it's not an axis angle. I was worried that would happen. That was an awkward dive. I like this stage because I can finally breathe. There's not really much interesting about this stage, which is great. There's something I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, the green switch. The green switch is required. So the green switch earlier isn't like the red and blue switches. So the red and blue switches, or I guess purple and blue switches, but I said red on that. I'm an idiot. It is purple and blue. I can't colors today. No. What was it? The red and the green switch isn't like the purple and blue switches. The purple and blue switch unlock star boxes. The green switch unlocks warp boxes. Now there's 3 warp boxes in the whole game. One's in course 3, which is slow. One's in course 9, which is 1 fast star in. And the last one is in, the last one is required to beat the game. So, the main reason I got the green switch wasn't because of the star in course 9, it was because it's required to beat the game. If you can tell. Because that 1 star in course 9 is not worth getting the green switch on its own. Yeah, if the green switch wasn't required to beat the game, this run would be like 2 or 3 minutes faster. Or like a minute faster, maybe. It would be a bit faster. Yeah, I mentioned the star in C3, King Toad. So there, that trick, basically when, shout out to Aggie. Basically when, 1.1, oh, this is a 1.1 exclusive trick what I'm doing here. Basically, In 1.1, Brodu updated the version of More Objects patch, and the collision of the trampoline and the red box chain. Are you kidding me? That's never. I think that was an invisible. Is that an invisible wall? I think it might have been an invisible wall because I was homing neutral. Whatever. The collision of the red box and the trampoline chains, and so now it's just possible to test outside of the trampoline from the side of the box. Normally, you would have to actually hit the switch. That's what you have to do in 1.0. So, here... And this star is one of the reasons why I didn't go here earlier, because you need the walking badge for that. So now we're going to course 5 again. Unfortunately, the thing that happened in the last SR 7.5 82 star run, the very special thing that happened, won't be able to happen this time because I don't get that star in this route anymore. Unfortunately. The people who were there last time know exactly what happened. In fact, I replaced that star with the Toad star earlier, so that star is this stage is like 2 stars that are barely like on the edge of being fast or not fast. It's so weird. The stars in this stage are like some of the slowest that are. This stage has one of the fastest stars that isn't in the route and one of the slowest stars that is in the route. But anyway, most of the stars here are just really quick. Except those two, but I'm only getting one of them. Oh, what was it? And we already got 2 of the stars earlier anyway. I think at the end, I think after this run, if it's fine with the marathon people, I'm gonna showcase the picking on the same frame that you grab the what's it called? The star dance skip in this stage that I was trying to do at the start of the run. Because it's a really cool trick and I want to showcase it. Even if I couldn't get it this run, because I get it like once every 5 runs. It's not consistent, because yeah, it's a frame perfect trick, but it's also kind of weird. It's not like a first sequence is a lot more consistent. I'm probably going to be underestimated. Just out of like looking at the run so far. I could always die a bunch of times later, so that's not guaranteed. What? So here I'm just trying to get this star. This is one of the 2 stars that I was talking about that's kind of slow. So now we're gonna get Overworld Reds. Overworld Reds is a pretty fast star. Which is why I get it. I wouldn't get it if it was slow. But because it's 6 out of 8 Reds, it's a lot. It's like, this is the best time to get it. If 6 out of 8 Reds wasn't a thing, I would have to get the 2 Reds over by the start of the level. Or start of the overworld, which would mean that it would be a bit slower. And I would probably have to get it out of a different level. Yeah, the way that Reds are here, it's best to get Reds from DC and into Course 1. So here's Course 1. This stage has like a bunch of tricks for being Course 1. It's kind of interesting. Oh, this is not one of the Stars of Penny tricks. Okay. So here I'm gonna do a trick called Bridge Skip. It's a pretty difficult. It's a pretty difficult trick, but it's very easy to retry. So I'm trying to jump off of that tiny tree stump or tiny tree branch. Fourth try, that's pretty good. Yeah, without parallel cam, that trick is stupidly difficult. So you're right, CB. Here I do I utilize slope fix to get that star super quickly. Because you can ledge grab steep slopes in 1.1. That is a 1.1 exclusive trick as well. And the previous one is basically a 1.1 exclusive trick. Here, there's a trick I can do, but I don't like doing it because the Goombas up here can screw you. Like, if that Goomba's too close to the edge, it can sometimes get in your path. But you can, like, walk... You can do stuff... You can do, like, some wall kicks up there to save, like, a few seconds. Here, the star... Normally there's a blue coin switch that tells you where the star is, but I just know where it is, so I can just get it. This star I'm going to use the slope to get up onto speed to make it faster. I both fell in the water and took fall damage. How, like, impressive is that? And this last star is just swimming, but it's fat. All the stars here are fast because this is a quick... This stage is like one of the quickest stages of the game. You can, like, get all the stars here in like 3 minutes, if you know what you're doing. Which I do know what I'm doing because I've practiced this before. Bridge is normally the slowest star, but with Bridge Skip you can get it in very quick time. You can get it in like 3 seconds if you know what you're doing. Although that requires you to do like Mario Cam strats, which is difficult. Oh yeah, that 1.0 port is much better in that stage. And in like most of the stages that changed, there's only like a couple that I think 1.1 port is better. Here's Burning Swamps. The key theme of this stage is lava bounces. I'm not getting Star 4 because it's slow. And also Star 4 kind of sucks, but that's a different story. See, that star you can just... I don't know. So that's one of the 2 lava bounces that you do in this, and then the other is here. I could go straight onto the platform, the string platform there, but I'm being safe. I did a double backflip there to go up faster. And then I just grabbed the star here. Here again, I do a double lava bounce over here for this star. This stage has a lot of lava bounces because you can just skip a lot of the stage using them. Here I'm gonna get star 5. For the longest time, I didn't know you could long jump directly to the second platform. I thought you had to go onto the first platform, and that is like a few seconds slower. But I learned recently that you can go on the second platform, and I felt like an idiot once I learned that. This star is one of the fastest in the game. Oh. Nice to know that I'm not the only one who felt like an idiot when they discovered that that's a thing. I actually tried to land on the... I tried to land on the box because you save like a few frames from being able to... from not having to fall as far with the lava bounce. And that matters to me. And this is the last star. Probably the slowest star in the level. Or, no, star 5 is probably a bit slower, but... all the stars here are fairly quick. Okay, here's Remove Island. It's a stage, alright. So, first thing I'm gonna have to do here is Womp Skip. Okay. I got Womp Skip, now will I get screwed by the invisible wall? Find out on SRM. Yeah, there's an invisible wall here that can just screw you, and there's like no consistent way to get around it. You just have to hope that you don't hit the invisible wall. It's just that simple, you know. See, not only do you have to do that womp walk, that womp jump to get up there, you also have to hope that you don't get screwed by the invisible wall. It's fun. Yeah, I'm gonna get star 6. Star 6 is weird because... I was trying to go around the thing, but I made a mistake. Yeah, star 6 is weird because I think theoretically it's faster to stay on the railing, but you die if you stay on the railing usually because you're holding a slightly wrong angle. So I usually stay off the railing. So I have 4 more stars here. What was it? That star is very simple. There's actually a faster way to get that, but it's a bit difficult now. So I usually go for that way. It's a bit difficult because you have to like long jump onto a weird place. So this strat, this is normally you have to climb up the side of the level for this, but you can just do a long jump from over here, and it's like 5 seconds faster. And nobody knew about this for like a couple years after the game released until I discovered it. So that's interesting. It's one of those tricks that requires you to think about perspectives to find it. But it saves like 5 seconds compared to climbing up the side of the level. And you can do a note block glitch here, but that's a difficult note block glitch to get, so... Like, single star going up the side is better because of the note block glitch, but otherwise that's better.
Let's go.
So here is the last trick. This is tree skip. Basically, you have to kind of strain a bit on the wall kick. You can't like hold all the way up, or you won't like actually hit. You won't actually get the star, but you can just walk it there and get the star. Okay, time to go to the slide. The slide's another reason why I wanted to go to Overworld 3 before Overworld 1. Because if you go to Overworld 3 before Overworld 1, you can get the star I'm about to get here. Because you need the Ultra Badge. So that's one of the big reasons to go to Overworld 3 before Overworld 1. Because going back to the slide stage after that is kind of slow. Oh yeah, shoutouts to the. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring this back, but this is WSRM ASMR because the music in this stage is so quiet that I need to whisper in order for you to hear it. I'm going to stop this joke right now. Yeah, in 1.0 the music used to be way too loud, and in this version you can barely hear the music. It's so weird how it's like opposite. Like you have to like if you listen to this music at a normal volume, my voice would be like ear rape. Oh, what was it? Oh, okay, I'm just gonna take a casual oh no, ah crap, I didn't actually mean to lose that much time. So yeah, I was intentionally losing time there in order to avoid having to see the star spawn. Winter, I think you're right if you have a microscope for an ear. Okay, and the last star we have here is Reds. I've gotten so close to getting the Reds within the slide timer. The slide timer is 20 seconds. Normally a good time for the slide is like 18 point something. Like 18.4, 18.6. I've tried getting the slide Reds within the timer. I haven't ever gotten the slide Reds within the timer. But like I'm always so close. Like look there, 20.4, you know. I think it's probably possible to get the slide Reds in the slide star like in the same timer, but it would be difficult. Oh no, another save and quit! What will I do? Time to go back to Overworld 2. I still haven't explained why I need to go back to Overworld 2, but it'll make sense in a bit. Here we're going back to FC. For a second I was wondering why I had this set to... Oh yeah. So, okay, here this is a star we couldn't get earlier because we didn't have the Ultra Badge. So we would have needed to revisit here anyway. Shoutouts to Crit Frat.
Let's go.
Here we're doing a momentum slide kick to get over to this side of the level. And then we use that gem to align yourself for that wall. And then here... Ah. These fire spitters are out to get me. I needed to grab that so I wouldn't die. So here I'm just gonna go up here. I didn't get this earlier because there's a place where it's slightly more beneficial to wall kick right here. And while you can badge this wall kick, it's easier just to get a different star. So that's Frozen Caverns. I almost said Frat Caverns. And out of Frozen Caverns we get Overworld 2 reds, because Overworld reds are fast. Let's go. And the reason why we get the reds now is because A, we have the wall kick pads to do that little wall kick thingy there, and B, I have the ultra pad so I can get that red. What did I want to say? Yeah, now we're gonna go back to Purple Waste Jungle, and you see how we're like revisiting all these old stages. It's just because there's a couple stars that we needed. Yeah, for some reason there's no music once you grab a star. Yeah, there's two stars here, which either required a wall kick badge or much faster than all wall kick badge. So I wait to get them until here, until this part of the run. You can sometimes get the check up here to fall down, but I failed this time. Here, this is the last star we get. And we're actually going into this portion of the level. I know we skipped it for every other star, but we have to go in here because there's a star inside this portion of the level as well. I find that the start easier if the triple jump badge, but I can do it with the wall kick badge. And that star is a troll star. Don't let Brodit fool you. Now we're going back to the Valley of Too Much Water. And in the previous route that I did, you got every star in this go around, but yeah, I got a bunch of stars earlier because I needed to get the code star. So now we're only getting the stars that require badges or are better. Also, holy crap, this Blackitude has never bullied me more in my life. So there's this little area with like super weird collision, and I'm just using it. Like the collision in this like wall is super weird. And I use a side flip to get up. Oh crap, I'm gonna need the ledge grab. Okay, good. I realized my health was so low I needed the ledge grab. Because of the stupid lag too. Okay, now we're going to Oil Canyon. We actually never went here earlier, but that's because you can actually go here without the wall kick pads, but I just prefer not to since it's annoying. Yeah, perception. So here we normally have to do stuff to get up there, but we can just walk off that pillar and go to the end of the area. That's one of the two reasons why we get the green switch in this run. Or one of the two uses of the green switch in a run. If you're wondering whether that little Piranha Plant bounce was intentional, it was not at all. That was just a happy little coincidence. In a different category, we got the cannon, but even though the cannon's a fast-ish char, it's not fast enough for this run, unfortunately. It would be fast enough if the cannon animations weren't so frickin' long. Which is the same reason why we don't get the cannon in Valley of Too Much Water, even though that star's also quick. There's a trick to do. There's a trick very similar to the pillar skip in the other part of the stage here with that pillar. But are you kidding me? I got frickin' holy crap! This game is out to get me. Not only did I get invisible walled there, the frickin' Bob went after me as well. I'm just getting comboed. What the hell? First the Lakitu and now this. This game is out to get me. So I never explained why we're actually going back here. Well, we have to go back to Bowser 2. Fun fact, normally I just clip through the door again because it's not only is it faster than going through, but that door clip is probably the easiest door clip of them all. Like, seriously, it's the easiest door clip in the whole run. I failed it like 3 times. That door clip is insanely easy. So there's no reason not to go for it. Yeah, I need to go back to Bowser 2. And you might think, oh, he's finally gonna get the Triple Jump badge. Nope. That's all I needed to go to Bowser 2 for. If you don't know how more objects patch checkpoints work, you will be very confused as to why I did that. Here, I'm gonna get Mips again. I dropped that Mips down because I don't want to deal with his collision. Also, I just feel like skipping the 70-star door that isn't actually a 70-star door in a weird way. I mean, I never mentioned that the 70-star door isn't a 70-star door. I just figured, I just implied that. Yeah, there's no specific reason why I'm doing this. I just feel like doing it, you know. This is all. If you can't tell, I'm lying. There is a reason why I'm doing this. Why I'm not going through the 70-star door. I just can't get this trick today. This trick is like one of the harder tricks in the run, so it makes sense. But it'll take me a few attempts to get. This game is out to get me, I swear! This is like the 5th invisible wall in like 5 minutes. That I don't... You know, like, I know most of the invisible walls in this game. I don't know any of the invisible walls I've hit today. Okay, so now I'm over here and I'm gonna talk to Toad. This Toad actually requires 35 stars to spawn, surprisingly. So the one that requires the one that's behind the 50-star door actually requires less stars than this guy. But you can get this guy at the very end, so it doesn't matter. Aw, I like it if I could clip through the door while falling down, but I couldn't. Now just so you know, there is a checkpoint void box near the 70 star door. That has nothing to do with what I just did, by the way. Or that has no relevance to what I'm about to do. I just thought I would like to mention it for anyone who's curious. You know, absolutely zero relevance to what I'm about to do. The fact that there's a box that removes your checkpoint. Because, like, there's an object in the more objects patch that, like, removes any short checkpoints, and that's right near the 70 star door, but not the 75 star door for some reason. Can't think of any reason why that would be relevant here, but I just thought I'd like to make you guys aware. See, I get that 1 star at the start because it's quick. This is like the last area, but you can get like 5 stars here, but like there's only 1 star that's actually worth getting. Like you can technically get 5 stars here, since there's an 80 star door at the end of the place, and that's like the main star door that decides everything. So, if you're not following along to my hints, you might be wondering why I just spawned at the end of the stage. So basically, the checkpoint in Bowser 2 is in the exact same location as the end of the stage in Bowser 3. And because Bowser 3 has a checkpoint, the checkpoint object just teleports you to the location stored in memory. It doesn't check if there's actually a checkpoint there. And so there's a thing called checkpoint glitch where you can use the checkpoint in one object, in one level, or use the store checkpoint position in one level and bring it to a different level that has a checkpoint. And using that, you can... Ooh, good. Cool, I did the skip. There you can, like, there's an invisible wall there, but you can go over it with the, it's like an intentional invisible wall, not the unintentional invisible wall, but you can go over it if you use the fly guy. That's what I was doing there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, checkpoint glitch. So basically, the more object patch checkpoints don't actually pick up just a checkpoint where the position is saved. And so if you save a position from a different level and use it in a new level, which has checkpoints, and there's no checkpoint voiding boxes before that level, or you somehow skip the checkpoint voiding boxes like I just did. What you can do is you can warp to the end of the level, or somewhere else, but in that case it's the end of the level, because the positions just happen to line up. It's a neat trick. So that was the Brodit race. It's probably there's 3 bosses at the end of the run. That was probably the easiest. Now we have Time Rock, which was nerfed in 1.1, so it's actually a lot easier. In 1.0, there's 2 fire spewers. It's still very possible to die, but it's much less likely. Yay. That's the last star, but we still have to beat Kedowser himself. Most forgettable of Star Events villains. Yeah, Kedowser's basically just the vanilla Bowser fight, but it's the last throw 3 times. And then there's also the fire spears near the ends, but those don't really affect you if you know what you're doing. Throws. Ah, I was hoping to get 3 throws. That would have been cool. Oh yeah, in 1.0 there was a bunch of amps down there. or there's a bunch of amps like flying around everywhere in this fight, and Verdict just moved all the amps below the all the amps below the level. Okay. This is actually better. This run's actually better than my PB the last time I ran this at a marathon at SRM, which is actually pretty good. I mean, this run isn't a PB, but I wasn't expecting to get a PB today because this run's. I'm actually good at this run now. But anyway, 106, not bad for a marathon. Anyway, I was gonna show off the trick at the start of the run, so I'll do that now. Because I couldn't show it off in the run because I failed it. So... it'll only take like a minute for me to get this, but... basically, the way this trick works is there's... Phase objects cancel star animations because... they just do. And so if you could, while you're in the star spawn animation, or star animation, go into a case object, it would cancel the animation. Now here, there's no case object beneath this star, but you can recoil into a case object by doing something like this. And the angle for the ledge grab that you did here is actually the perfect angle for this, which is actually neat. You also have to do it near the bottom, because if you do it near the top, you will get the recoil, but you won't hit the spring, the trampoline. I swear I am some days I'm much more consistent at this than I am on others. Yeah, you see here? So you can get that star, and then you can just get another star right after without having to do the star animation. It's a really cool trick. Yeah, that's about it. That's it. There's a few other things I could show off, but we're kind of slow. We're kind of low on time, so I don't want to show them off right now. So go on to the next people.